immediate past District Governor, distinguished Toastmaster, Ken Peterson.
How's everybody doing tonight? Good. We're in for a little treat with the three people we have trying to qualify tonight. We'll see some pretty good speeches. And the one that's going to kick it off is Mr. Rahul Vats. Rahul has been in Toastmasters for nearly 5 years and is soon to become a distinguished Toastmaster. Woo! Rahul is a software engineer and manager by profession and a health enthusiast by passion. He has been working in the food industry for the past 8+ years in various capacities. In 2008, while he was in college, he was diagnosed with a condition where his body had started developing undigested food crystals in his bloodstream. He was about to be hospitalized when he took control of the situation. Please welcome Rahul Vats. Food, the basis for life. Food, the basis for life.
Thank you for that wonderful round of applause. I really admire and applaud for all of you. One cannot live well, sleep well, love well, if one has not dined well. Virginia Woolf, British author Virginia Woolf said this, and I agree to this quote. Food. If we are hungry, we won't be what we are right now. Has anybody seen that Snickers commercial where you're not what you are if you're hungry? Right? Some people have, at least the ones who are laughing. Thank you. And I admire those who don't watch television. I mean, it takes some real guts and courage to not watch television these days. And my wife is not one of them. Food. Good evening and welcome everyone. I would like to give this presentation today and help and want you to become aware of what is it that food means to you as in your life. Before I start on with the presentation, I would like to ask all of you some questions. What did you have today at lunch? Or did you have some snacks in the afternoon before coming here to the Speakers Bureau? Would you like to share? Tom?
Pizza.
Pizza?
Leftover.
Leftover pizza. I love you, Tom. You're one of the most awesome person ever. Believe me. Manuel?
Avocado.
See, I don't like people who eat healthy. It's terrible. You kill the point for me. It's just not working. Peter?
Yogurt.
Yogurt? Again, I mean, come on. This side of the people
I
are
had a
not...
taco.
You have taco? Oh, see, this is the kind of cheer for this side of the crowd. Darren, you want to share something?
I don't think you'll like it, Rahul.
What did you have?
I had a banana.
Come on, I'm speaking on this side. Well, Charlotte, what did you have?
Oh, I didn't have any lunch today.
Oh, but this is still good, still good. I like to stay on this side. Dom?
Chicken parm and a small salad.
Catherine?
A donut.
I don't know. Now, just think of it. Just think of what you had and think of your ethnicity. And I'd like to ask the last two people this question again. Cindy, would you please tell me what did you have for lunch and what's your ethnicity?
What I had for lunch is what I have 2 to 3 times a week, which is Panera's Pick 2. My ethnicity, I am a mixture of German, Polish, and Swedish.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
She took some of my answers.
All right. Well,
I had homemade vegetable soup and I'm Swedish and German.
well, there are always exceptions amongst the good people. Anna, what did you have and what's your ethnicity?
I had delicious bread with Nutella. And for tonight, I'm French.
Oh, for tonight you're French. That's interesting. I wonder why you're French for tonight. But, I mean, think about it. Wouldn't it be better if you had a lunch which is full of some cultural nostalgia? You know, something from your culture which was healthy and nutritious at the same time, for lunch, and had a proper eating schedule. I really feel bad when somebody misses their meals, and I really felt bad when somebody eat not healthy. This is the same thing that happened to me. How many of we or us have heard this saying, you are what you eat? We have heard that? Good. Because what you eat is what you become. Every 35 days, your skin replaces yourself. So does the various other body parts. I mean, think of it. Your food is getting converted into the cells that defines and makes your body. So you literally have a choice in defining and you have a say in what makes up your body and what makes up you. This past weekend, when I was young, my grandmother would always used to tell me, Sonu, that's my nickname for those of you who don't know. Sonu. My grandmother used to call me lovingly Sonu. So, Sonu, if you eat junk, you will become junk. If you eat fresh, healthy, and natural, you will become fresh, healthy, and natural. And I was like, yeah. Thank you, Grandma. Back in those days, I would not pay attention. But there are lessons which you learn the hard way, I guess. I did learn some in my life. This past weekend, my friends and I, along with my wife, went to a very beautiful restaurant. And we were having a really wonderful meal. We were at a restaurant which had 5-star rating on Yelp. And all of a sudden, my friend said, gosh, they just don't make the food the same anymore. I felt concerned, so I asked my friend, are you all right? What happened? And my friend told me, he said, this food just doesn't taste the same as it used to taste when I was a kid growing up. I don't even feel that the quality is the same as it was when I was growing up. Point to think, right? My grandmother used to tell me that what they are providing me in terms of food did not have the same quality as what they used to have when they were young, when they were children. And their grandparents, my grandparents' grandparents, probably told them the same thing. Has your grandparents or parents told you a story like that? Most of the food that we eat these days is unnatural, processed, and made at so many various different places, I don't even want to name. But it's just not healthy, and the quality and taste is not the same. Do we agree? When I heard this, I was thinking, and I thought of a story which was shared to me at the newly started Toastmasters book club. Our own club growth director, David Carpenter, he's not here tonight, shared the story. And he said that he tries to stay active, live on a fit lifestyle, do exercise and other things. And still, for some reason, he would just keep on putting weight. He shared a story about the quality of food, which was shocking and eye-opener for me. I mean, can you believe that wheat, which is a natural crop, is not natural actually? So he brought a book which was called Wheat Belly. Wheat Belly. And shared lots of examples, beautiful stories from that book. And he shared that in 1960s, the wheat kernel, the DNA of the wheat was altered. And it was modified. And people were not supposed to be able to process that kind of wheat. And so for that reason, no matter what he did, because he was having wheat in his diet, he would just not lose weight. But there was still one more very touching aspect about that story. And it was, David's and Cindy's son, Hunter, is autistic. And he would have seizures. And the doctors were unable to explain as to why he would have those kind of seizures. But once David started to stop eating that wheat, which was, genetically modified, his son had stopped having seizures. And Cindy is here. And Cindy actually sent me an email because we were discussing this. And I'd like to request Cindy to just briefly share what you wrote in that email, Cindy.
I don't remember.
I think I can help you recall. You said something along the line that if you were to induce seizures in Hunter.
Oh, okay, I remember what I said. What I said is that Hunter was having regular seizures 2 to 3 times a week and would basically have to wear a helmet, a bicycle helmet every single day when he was eating wheat. And then when we discovered that it was the genetically modified wheat and we took him completely off, he has been seizure-free for 2 years. Wow. But I can induce a seizure in Hunter within 1 to 2 days if I start feeding him today's wheat.
And it's not that difficult. David actually found out that there is a variety of wheat which is natural from before when the wheat was modified, and it's available on Amazon, so he purchased that. And he would take that wheat because it's very difficult for somebody to not have bread, right? So he would take that wheat, and he would not gain weight. And more importantly, Hunter would not have seizures. Is that true, then?
Yes.
So, a very touching story, very powerful story about food. What it made me do is it made me think as to what goes on into my diet. Are the things that I'm eating healthy for me? And I urge you to think what goes on into your diet. Because what goes on in your diet can very well be influencing you. Think about food. Think about food because what you eat is what you become. And food, after all, is the basis of our life. We agree? Now, when I think of this quote, what you eat, you become, I think of 2 things. I mean, if you eat chicken, do you become chicken? No, right? But I'm vegetarian, and I can tell you for certainty that you will become a potato if all you do is eat potatoes. So, think on it. What you eat is what you become. Famous American author Mark Twain said this: part of secret of success in life is to eat what you like and then let the food fight it out inside. I agree. I mean, you're laughing, but it's not a laughing matter. Because I experienced this. This is what had happened to me. In the year 2008, towards the end, I was in college. Do people over here know somebody who goes to college? Can you think of what their lifestyle is like? I had the same lifestyle pretty much. Now, when I was growing up, I wanted to be engineer, unfortunately. And the lifestyle of an engineer, especially the computer engineer, which I decided to become, is sedentary. And the sedentary lifestyle and the junk food lifestyle of eating at all the famous fast food places in the country is a deadly combination. It is very deadly, and I experienced that firsthand. Towards the end of 2008, I was experiencing some difficulty with my body. I was feeling lethargic, which is not that unusual because as a student, my lifestyle was like this: eat, sleep, watch movies, and probably program a little bit on my computer, which sitting still. This is what my lifestyle was: eat, sleep, watch movies, program, repeat. All over and over again. And that's pretty much the lifestyle of most of the college students, right? What happened because of that unfortunate lifestyle? I developed crystals inside my body, undigested food crystals. And I was told that I would be hospitalized if I don't change my lifestyle. I decided that I have to do something about it. I was 22, 23 at that time. And that's not a time that I wanted to be hospitalized because of any such reason. I studied Ayurveda, changed my diet a little bit, introduced a little yoga and meditation into my lifestyle. And in 4 months, I lost about 27 pounds, got rid of, that was mainly the weight of the undigested food crystals in my body, 27 pounds. Got rid of all of it, became healthy and fit again. And I'm trying to live on that lifestyle ever since. What that made me think is, there are a lot of other Rahul Vats out there in the world who go to college. And they are experiencing the same thing which I experienced. Think about them. Think about food. After all, food is the basis of life. Do we agree? One big lesson that I learned from that experience is to not treat your stomach as a trash can. Because if you treat your stomach as a trash can, you'll become a trash can. Anybody remember this? Good old days when families used to eat meal together. Somebody remember this? Is that very common these days? Is that very common? Now, the thing about this is, Anna, you're French, right?
Yes.
Now, a lot of good things are French, especially kiss. Don't get me wrong, my wife is here. I mean, French things are right, they're good. And my wife is a big fan of French things, especially the kiss. My wife actually traveled to Europe once when she was in her college on a study internship program. And she was in France, in southern France, in a town called Nice. And spelled N-I-C-E. And when my wife would come back from her internship, at around 5:30 in the evening, she would see French people out there in their porch, preparing for dinner. She would go upstairs to her apartment, change, dress up, come back down, and see that the people have started eating dinner. She would go out on walks, travel around the beach, come back, do her shopping, eat dinner, and come back, and see people still eating dinner. Now, that would be around 9:30, 4 hours. If I eat for 4 hours, I don't know what would happen to me. But she became curious, and she asked those people as to why they do that. And here's what they said. Food needs to be treated with respect. Eat it with proper attention. Because you don't get the full value of the food. You don't get the full nutrition until you respect it. I mean, good point. But these days, everybody is in a fast-paced, fast-moving kind of a lifestyle, where, we have our laptops, cell phones, and we're always busy. And we're eating food like it's food, we're eating food like it is something to be rushed down on. Now, I'm not saying for you to have meals for 4 hours, but eat your food, pay proper respect, eat it properly. American President Ronald Reagan once said that all great changes in life begin at the dinner table. I agree. I'd like to change it a little bit. All great changes in America begins at the dining table. Will we agree? At the dining table, if we eat properly, we change our body. And if we change how we feel about ourselves, we are ready to make great changes in the world. Who can make a change if he is not healthy? Anybody can? I don't think so. Mahatma Gandhi said that there are people in the world so hungry that the God appears to them only in form of bread. And then there are people who take food for granted. If I want you to take anything away from my presentation, it would be the 3 things. What you eat is what you become. Respect your body. Respect your food. Think about food. It is the basis of your life. Thank you.
Rahul would really appreciate it if we fill out one of these forms. If you're missing forms, I have some here. One of the beauties of Speakers Bureau is instant evaluation. And we start with the qualified speakers get the first evaluation discussion. And then if we have time, we'll open it up to the rest of the audience. I'll wait for everyone to get their forms. Even if while we're talking, please fill out these forms. This is hugely valuable for our speakers. Cindy, would you like to say a few things?
Yes, I would. Rahul, I think that my favorite part of your presentation is your nicely paced, natural style with a lot of humor and a tremendous amount of audience interaction. I like that. A few things that I noticed. One which confused me. I saw a Mark Twain quote that said, "Eat what you like and let the food fight it out inside," and then I heard you say, "I agree." Then I saw another slide that said, "Don't treat your stomach like a trash can." So I found those to be on opposite ends of the spectrum, so I'm not sure which you believe.